We saw home prices dip a little bit for the month of October 2024 in Reno-Sparks, but how far did they drop? Let's take a look and dive into what happened in October. Okay, diving right into home prices now. For Reno-Sparks single family homes, we saw home prices drop down to $586,000 for a median price home. Now, this is just a slight drop from last month. You can see that over the last few months, we hit that peak there back in August, and now we've dropped. That's 2 months in a row, and we probably are going to soften a little bit more as we go into the cooler months. It's just the time of year we have seen, people start to cool off for the year, or for that busy time. So we'll probably see it. Just because prices drop doesn't mean that prices are necessarily coming down or dropping, but we're seeing the prices soften a little bit, and that's just a seasonality type thing. Not necessarily we'll probably see back in spring them kind of come back up. So we'll keep an eye on that though. Tracking our days to contract, you can see we hit 33 days for October. Compare that to last year, we were at 28 days. So last year we actually hit 33 days in November versus October. So a little bit faster and by fast hitting that longer. So technically slower for October in terms of days to contract compared to last year. So we'll see if we continue this trend. We've been, since April going up. So, I tell buyers this may be a great opportunity. I've been seeing some buyers and helping buyers negotiate some really great deals for homes right now. So if you are a buyer out there, it might be a good opportunity for those sellers out there that may have to sell. They may be more willing to make a deal for you. So take advantage of it while you can, because if we hit back of what we were in April, might take a little bit more money and less negotiability to get that deal together. Taking a look at days to contract by price range. So which homes are selling in the fastest in different price ranges, and you can kind of see month over month where we're comparing. The $1.5 million plus range, that one always can fluctuate a lot because there are less homes to gauge in that price point. And so we see that jump from 41 days to 72 days. So probably had a longer sitting, one or two homes that were sitting longer on the market go under contract, and so we saw those numbers spike a little bit. But looking at the rest of it, you can see maybe a couple of days here or there. The $500,000 to $600,000 price range was probably the bigger one, from 32 days to 40 days to contract. So, and even some of these are still selling relatively quick. That $600,000 to $749,000, 24 days to contract. Let's take a look at our sold listings, new listings, and our current inventory, and just kind of put those all side by side and see how they've been panning out over the last few months. You can see our inventory did drop a little bit comparatively. We see the October sales and new, we're seeing that stair stepper mode where the sold is just below the new, and the new is below the inventory. And that's usually what we want for a healthy market. And so we always want inventory to be up a little bit more than the rest, making sure there are some options out there. Kind of keeps us a little bit more stable. And you can see 416 sold homes. That is more than last month of September, 404. And actually you look back and it's about almost back to May in terms of sold. So that's good. We saw a bit more activity in September of homes getting under contract, which then closed in October. So that's great news. Digging more into inventory, let's take a look at kind of where we've been in inventory. And we see that wave. Again, this is kind of the cyclical cycle of what we see on inventory usually. So this isn't anything out of the norm, and we're going to probably see this trend down into the winter time and then come back up. So I did think this lasted a little bit longer in that valley there. May 508 homes, and that's because buyer activity started to peak up a little bit faster and started eating up the inventory before it allowed it to build up. So We'll see if that happens again this next spring, but yeah, we'll likely see inventory start. For those sellers out there, that can give some opportunity to sell your house. I asked you, or sellers asked me, what's the advantage of selling in the wintertime? And usually it's less competition. Those buyers that have to come and look at a house and buy a house, they're relocating, something's changing. They need to make something happen, and you're gonna probably have less showings, but at the time all those showings would be a little bit more serious because they have to make a move. So something to consider as well as an option for selling this time of year. Looking at price range though of this inventory, and you can see how it just spreads out over the last 2 months, which ones have gone down. That $500,000 to $600,000 price range went from 202 to 185. So we did see a bit of inventory get eaten up there or taken off the market. But the 750 to 999,000, we saw that spike up, and by spike, just 5 extra homes added to the inventory there. Now, we always like to look at months of inventory for sale. This is kind of, whatever direction it's going. They say 5 to 7 months is a balanced market. Anything below 5 months is the seller's market. Not my favorite way to do it. I kind of look at it and see which way it's trending, and whatever way it's trending it's getting more and more favorable for that market is kind of where I look at it. So you can see it's going down a little bit. So it's favored sellers the last couple of months. So sellers have had a little bit of an advantage on that front. We'll probably see that, and that's kind of gauging the supply and demand on there. So we'll probably might see that kind of kick back up a little bit, but we'll see how this winter is for us. Weather makes a big difference on this. Taking a look at new listings year to date. So we hit October now. So how many new listings from January to October have we had? Well, you can see we hit a little over 4,800 listings throughout all of 2024. Compare that to last year, a little over 4,300, and so we're outpacing last year by about a little under 500 homes. So that's good, but you can still see below that trend line of where we were before. So these last year and a half to almost 2 years now, definitely below our normal market in terms of activity for things. We'll take a look at closed sales, same thing. You see that we went from, in 2022, down from 4,300 to 3,600. And, from January to October of this year so far, and all these, by the way, all the previous years are that January to October of that time frame of the year. So it's not the entire 12 months. It's looking at the 10-month span. And you can see, though, we have outpaced last year a little bit more. So we've gained on it a little bit. So that's good. We're having a little bit better of a market than last year, but just slightly. We still need a bit of ways to go. Taking a look at pendings now. So this is always our forecaster. What we're going to see in terms of closings for probably November, how many homes are going to be selling or closing on there, because we know most homes, at least those with a mortgage, are probably going to take close to 30 days or so to close. And if you look at it on this time frame, 415 pending sales for October. That is up a little bit by 9 homes compared to last month, or the previous month of September. So definitely, but we're kind of holding pretty steady. As you saw, October of last year, though, we were at 322. So definitely doing a bit better this fall so far compared to fall of last year. So that's good news. We'll see if we have that trend keep up. I feel like we're kind of almost playing catch up right now this end of the year, because we had kind of a slower start this year, I think. I like to always look at this as a weekly pending. So we look at every 7 days, it puts a pinpoint basically on this graph here. And this graph will kind of tell us where things are heading. This tells a little bit more of a different story than necessarily as a 30-day number, and instead of a 7-day number. So you can kind of see we've held pretty, I feel like it's a slight incline, but very, very modest of a slight incline there. So still trending upward on the pending. Still got a ways to go though. To make anything too dramatic. There's nothing been too crazy on there. And like I said, we'll probably start to see pendings decline and look at October of last year, those weeklies compared to this year. So we'll probably see that as well. Pending sales by price range. So we're looking at, what homes are getting accepted offers. So if you are a seller and you have a specific price range in mind of what you're going to sell for, these are the ones that are getting accepted offers. So you can see that 88 homes in the $400,000 to $500,000 price range accepted an offer in October, compared to 100 the previous month. So a little bit lower, but that 600 to 750,000 went from 78 to 91. So we saw a bit of interest in that price point. And look at that, 300 to 400,000 went from 12 homes to 25 homes. So that's great news, seeing a bit more activity on something that's a little bit more affordable for maybe those first-time home buyers out there. Okay, let's dive in and get a little bit more specific, starting with Reno. The city of Reno, median home price is $650,000 sales price. So that is up year over year and month over month. Inventory did decline this month, but it still is up compared to last year. And new listings, same thing. And median days to contract, 33 days. We saw 279 homes close in Reno. These are all single family in the month of October. Heading to Sparks, $538,000 median sales price. Active inventory at 280 homes. Again, same thing as Reno, down month over month. Year over year is up though. And same with new listings. 32 days to contract. Heading to our capital of Carson City, $527,500 median sales price. And that is down year over year and month over month. So that could be, you've seen Carson City fluctuate a bit more compared to Reno or Sparks. So I believe that's going to come back up. So don't think that home prices have plummeted 9% year over year. We're probably going to see that come back up. October last year just had a spike on median sales price last year. So that's why we're seeing that. But inventory though is down all across the board there, but new listings are up all across the board. So that's kind of telling that there has been a little bit more activity out there. You look at that, closed sales up month and year over year. New listings up month over month and year over year. So that's something more to tell you. And even though that median sales price is down month over month, look at the year over year is up. When you look at the price per square foot. Heading out to Fernley though, $373,995. So we did dip back below the $400,000 price point there. And we saw inventory drop down to 100 homes available, with new listings down month over month, but year over year we still saw more listings hit the market compared to last year. Closed sales, only 30 sold in Fernley. So not a whole lot, a lot less than last month and even last year. And this is Gardnerville and Minden, $704,750,000. So we saw quite the jump there, and look at the year over year, double digits. And then we saw inventory did drop more. And look at the new listings. Again, we're seeing double digits there as well. So we're seeing some double-digit changes in some of these stats here, telling us, maybe a lot of people took their homes either off the market, in terms of their inventory. But notice that the new listings and the inventory didn't correlate nearly the same amount. So there's still stuff selling, because look at the sold. Sold is up. So that's good news. Homes are still selling, and they're going up in median home price, and that price per square foot too. 35 days to contract. We're gonna wrap this up with the Reno-Sparks condos and townhomes out there. So if you are looking for something maybe get started in, or something a little bit more affordable, a lower price point, always we wanna watch HOAs for you, but $297,500. So we saw quite a little bit of a price drop for that median sales price there, considering 70 homes did sell there. But look at the inventory. Inventory has gone up over 300. New listings did drop a little bit to 110. And look at that days to contract, 51 days. So we're seeing those condos and townhomes sit a little bit longer. Might be a good opportunity for those buyers out there maybe be able to negotiate. And that's why we likely saw that median sales price go down, because it's been taking longer to get those homes sold. People are doing a little bit of price cuts, be able to take a little bit lower of an offer potentially. So that may be affecting things as well. So something to keep an eye on. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't yet. That really helps me keep these videos going. It gets the algorithm out there. And of course, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in Northern Nevada, I'd love to be your agent of choice. Please reach out to me. My information's below and we can connect there. Text, email, call, would love to help you. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button yet. If you haven't yet, we're gonna be putting out some new content. We did see interest rates drop. You know, Feds cut the rate yesterday, and so that is good news. So we're gonna see those rates hopefully continue to go downward, but we'll find out. We have one more rate cut meeting, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and watch my other videos up there. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much.